Yes, I threw my Filipina sister-in-law and her two kids out of my house. Dramatic, dramatic. I'm going to tell you a story. But yes, they are no longer living in the house. They're not banished like the Amish. I didn't excommunicate them like uh, like the Catholic Church. Uh, but yeah, let's start in the beginning. There's always a beginning to every story. So let's start there, shall we? All right. That's my coffee and water. Uh, Thank you, sir.
Morocco.
Morocco. Good for your stomach.
Yeah.
Morocco coffee. They're the machine's been down for months here, so they serve us instant coffee. But anyways, back to the story. You've been following me for a while. You guys know we lived up in Luzon. Thank you. And we had planned to move out of Luzon down here to the province. We started our planning over a year ago. We came down here. We looked at the house that was, the property and the house that was partially built, and decided the things we needed to live in the house in the province: water, electric. The bedroom was built. The downstairs was remodeled. The kitchen was built. We did all that. We planned in advance. All right. So my sister-in-law, who also lived up in Luzon with her two kids, decided I'm going along too. All right. What's her plan? What's her plan? I'm not feeding her. I'm not feeding her kids. I don't want to house her. What's her plan? What's going on? Now, don't get me wrong. The father of the two children she has, let's see, I think the youngest is 2 and the oldest is the girl. She's maybe 5. The father of the child is there. He visits them. He's online, it seems like, every day or so, communicating with them via the internet and group chat, or, chatting back and forth. He is there. He does provide. He does give some money. However, it just didn't work out between my sister-in-law and him. They still remain friends for the kids' sake. But he does. He does take care of his responsibility for the kids. Also, when she lived up in Luzon, she had a live-in partner who was a lesbian. Nothing wrong with lesbian. She decided she wanted to get a job overseas, an OFW. Good for her. It's like, good for you. She had a steady job. She was like a head security person at the SNR there in Daewoo. And she worked there for years. So she moved. So now she really didn't have a place to stay up in Luzon. So she just wanted to come down here. No plan, no nothing. Pipe dream. So we did the whole move thing. Excuse me. We did the whole move thing. The week-long hell traveling, moving all her stuff that Lut did, and her sister, my mother, and the dogs, I remember that, did. Made it down here. So I just sit back and I watch. Like, all right. She had some money, so she added on a little room onto the uncle's shack on our property. Little tiny little room. Enough to get a bed in there. I think she had a refrigerator in there. I think she even had a little outside, cooking station set up. I told Lud, told my wife, I said, that ain't gonna last long. Ain't gonna last long. It's her and her two kids. It's just, I can't see it. So she decided, I'm going to go down and stay with the children's father. All right? She went down there. I told my wife, that ain't going to last long. It's not going to last long. So that lasted a couple months, and then holidays were coming up, and Lud says, "Hey, my sister wants to come up for the holidays." All right, no problem. No, I have no problem. The holidays are coming. Come on up. Knock yourself out. Family's showing up. I understand that. And she said she's coming up to visit. I knew what that meant. I've been told all this, right? I know all this. No problem. No problem. Holidays come along, have a good time. She has her birthday New Year's Eve. We're having a good time. January comes to an end. I'm like, look, I thought she was just visiting. I knew something was funny too when she showed back up and she had all her clothes and the kids' clothes and stuff with her. February come along, I'm like, no. She had these dreams. I'm not housing her. She wanted to build a little shack, and that didn't work out. And then at one point, she wanted to put a house up, and all the pipe dreams. I just sat through, and I just know. She is a typical, well, she's not, I don't know, typical you could say, but she's a Filipino that gets money, spends it. Gets money, spends it. Doesn't save for things and stuff like that. So I said, Lord, no. She, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. See, I'm not an evil, mean, nasty person, all right? The young ones, the little one, 2-year-old. He's a typical 2-year-old. He's going to get in trouble. He's going to get, disciplined. He's there to learn. But he gets sick. Like, they get sick. And they were all staying in the room downstairs where it's my mother-in-law's room. There's a bed in there, and my mother-in-law's stuff's in there. But they all go in there throughout the day. They hang out. They sleep on the bed. Well, that's where my sister-in-law and her 2 kids started sleeping. Well, the kid gets sick. He can't rest. He can't sleep. Like they have no privacy. You know what I mean? He gets yelled at, and he just starts crying. See, there's a limit to what I can take. I don't mind the house being full. I don't mind the older ones, going about, working outside, talking, playing music, sing along with music. I don't mind any of that being outside. It doesn't bother me. I can go up to my room, turn on my computer, turn on music, hang out upstairs, and it's kind of muffled. But the bedroom, directly underneath of the bed or underneath my office spot, well, the bed was there at first, that the sound just amplifies. So when the little one's not feeling good and he's crying and, typical, they're not feeling good. But my thing is, he has nowhere to go rest to get better. They're constantly being bombarded with cousins and nieces and, you know what I mean? And brothers and sisters, all in and out of the room. There's no privacy. And then when he's outside and he's acting up, the sister-in-law will yell to him through the window. Typical parent yelling at a kid, and the noise level is just too intense on that end for me. Call me old, but guys, when you're living how I'm living here with family around, you got to make compromises. It's all about making compromises. Now, I'm not a strict, mean, no noise from 9 o'clock till 6 o'clock. I'm not like that. I'm not a mean person like that. But there's a noise level that, to make my life simpler, less irritating, I guess you could say. And we all get irritated as we get older. It's not like having grandkids, right? Or even great grandkids. And you spend the time and, all right, I'm done. There you go. Thank you. See you later, young man. We'll spoil you. And, it's not like that with me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, we didn't banish her. And now you want to know, where did she go? Where did Philly kick her out of the house with her kids? The little kubo. That was a nice sized kubo we had out behind the house over like a little swampy area. that everybody would go out and sit at. And I would do some live or some, talking head videos there. Uh, that's where she said, "I'm moving there. I'm moving there." Cool. Brothers went out, cousins went out. They cut down the seating area that the seats jet out. And I knew she had just come across some money. She had just come across some money, and it's like now's the time. Not, oh, I'm going to slowly do it, because no, the slowliness has left. 9 going on 10 months now where you were going to do something, but the slowliness of it never materialized. So I knew she had some money. Like, she got a little chunk of money. And so I was like, you know what? I know her thinking. All right. Clothing shopping. Lozada's going to show up. We're going to the store. We're loading up on snacks and candies for the kids. What else? Drinking. Many things. I'm like, no, she is doing it now. I know she has money. And I'll tell you right now, Lut and I got into an argument over this. All right. And it wasn't that she didn't have my back, but yes, she was kind of stuck in the middle. But she was there. Like, my mother-in-law, she stepped back. She's like, listen, she knows what was being told to us. She knows what her own daughter was saying. And now it's time to rock and roll, So she went out. She got some plywood. She got some siding. They framed out. She bought some wood, so they framed out the window. She has a little porch she can step out on. She has a little porch with a little roof, a nipa hut roof. The nipa up top. It's a little room, and there's also storage up top. And I don't know if somebody sleeps up there. One of the kids sleep up there, but it's her own little place. Like, in the morning when the kids wake up to go to school, well, the younger one, the littlest, he doesn't go to school. So now he's being woken up early, and here where they're at now, they can sleep in when they want. If the little ones are sick, they have a place to go to relax, to calm down, to sleep, to rest. When they're on the phone with their father, they have a place where they can be there and be, have a private conversation without the kids running around. But yeah, I didn't banish her. She's not forbidden to go into the house. And the kids, matter of fact, the kids still run around, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me when the kids start, getting disciplined, or like yesterday, the little one's sick, and I didn't know he's sick, and he's cranky. But things like that. It is what it is, and he just went to there are neighbors to the back of our house. Like, her refrigerator and freezer still in the house. She still comes into the house. She, uses the sink. She uses the bathroom, the common area where they all wash all their clothes and where they cook. That's all still. It's just they needed their own place. And I needed. I needed. Like, how would you even say it? Let's just put it this way. We were gone for a week, and all that was being built, all right? When I came back into the house, it felt like that energy level was just gone. It was just gone. But yeah, call me mean, call me ugly, but I'm telling you, you have to, when you're in a situation like this, don't move to the province, your wife's family area, and they're gonna suck you dry with money and this and that, and you've got to you got to have something there, and you got to have a good wife or a good girlfriend. I prefer a wife, all right, because now that's your husband and wife. You're still never gonna ever overrule being part of the family. You will always be considered a family member from the outside. I guess you could say it like that. But no. These are the challenges that I face, and Lut and I knew it coming here, that these were the challenges we were going to face. We didn't live with a bunch of family like this. They would come, they would visit, and they'd hang out for a month, couple months. But we never had this full dynamic of from a 2-year-old all the way up to who's the oldest grandson? Maybe 20-year-old. He comes and goes. So we knew it would be challenging for us, and challenge accepted. So anyways, that's my story, how I kicked my sister-in-law and her 2 young children out of my house. All right, let me show you the sister-in-law's new house. There it is. Let's see, right there. That used to be the kobo right there. They added the porch on here, the beams on here. They reinforced it, but that is the sister-in-law's new house. Here's a different angle. Right here. You guys see it? She got some siding. Windows are framed in. I got some tarps. It's waterproof. Trust me, it's waterproof. But here's a different angle. That's where the kobo used to sit. Still the framework's there. Got a little swampy running water underneath here. But there is electric right here. That's coming out of the bathroom. That's a solid electric line that was put there, I think, for a fan at one point. And we don't use it. We don't use it. We're not going to use it. And I told her, I said, you can tap into that line. Tap into that line, run electric out there. Right now they got an extension cord. But if she's going to put a refrigerator out there and also have more solid electric, I told them to tap in and use the electric. So who's going to pay for the electric? Guys, we are all pitching in for the electric. Everybody uses it. So there it is. Her new home.